Good morning and a warm welcome. You are watching Janata Television and this is English Bulletin with me, Yutsa Bhadrai. The top stories first. Government releases new map of Nepal, includes territories encroached by India. India objects to Nepal's new map, terms the move unjustified. Two police personnel test positive for coronavirus. Total number of cases climbs to 444. Global coronavirus cases surpass 5 million. Infections rising in South America. And a Watford defender confirms he tested positive for coronavirus. Captain Dini refused training, citing family's health concern. And now, the news in detail. The government has released a revised official map of Nepal, including the territories of Limpiadhura, Lipulekh and Kalapani missed by the earlier map. Along with the unveiling of the new map, the government has affirmed its stance for protecting Nepal's sovereignty and national integrity. The Ministry of Land Management, Cooperatives and Poverty Alleviation yesterday unveiled the revised political map that incorporates Lipulekh, Limpiadhura and Kalapani currently encroached by India. Minister for Land Management, Cooperatives and Poverty Alleviation Padma Aryal released the map amidst a televised press conference from Singha Darbar. The cabinet meeting had announced earlier this week to endorse the revised map with immediate effect. The revised map is based on solid evidences and historical facts, Minister Aryal said.
हामीसँग उपलब्ध प्रमाण र ऐतिहासिक तथ्यले देखाएको सत्यको पथमा समर्पण भावनाका साथ अघि बढ्ने प्रेरणा मिलेको यहाँहरु समक्ष स्मरण गर्न चाहन्छु। नेपालको अद्यावधिक नक्सा सार्वजनिक गर्ने यो अवसरमा सिङ्गो नेपाल र नेपालीका लागि ऐतिहासिक सुखद क्षण हो। नेपालको अद्यावधिक राजनीतिक र प्रशासनिक नक्सा सार्वजनिक गर्ने यो सुनौलो अवसर यो युगको सर्वाधिक स्मरणीय क्षणका रूपमा मैले लिएको छु।
The revised map also includes territories such as Gunji, Nabi and Guti along with Limpiadhura, Lipulekh and Kalapani. Minister Aryal has urged everyone to use the revised map for all government documents as well as school textbooks and other purpose. The total area of Nepal has increased from 147,181 square kilometers to 147,516 square kilometers after the incorporation of the missing lands. Meanwhile, Indian Ministry of External Affairs yesterday objected to Nepal's publication of a revised political map, terming Nepal's move as unjustified cartographic assertion. In a statement released by the Indian Ministry of External Affairs yesterday, spokesperson Anurag Shrivastava stated Nepal's unilateral act is not based on historical facts and evidence. It is contrary to the bilateral understanding to resolve the outstanding boundary issues through diplomatic dialogue, Shrivastava added. The statement came in the aftermath of Nepal officially releasing the revised political map that includes the Nepali territories of Kalapani, Lipulekh and Limpiadhura currently intruded by India. The statement goes further to call Nepal's claim as artificial enlargement of territorial claims that will not be accepted by India. We hope that the Nepalese leadership will create a positive atmosphere for diplomatic dialogue to resolve the outstanding boundary issues, the statement further reads. The revised political map of Nepal had been approved by Prime Minister Oli-led cabinet on Monday. More than 150 police personnel have been sent into quarantine after two policemen from the Metropolitan Police Circle Kalimati tested positive for coronavirus. Police personnel from the police circle as well as Kalimati Women's Cell and those from the traffic police offices in Balku, Kalanki and Siuchatar have been placed under quarantine. The Metropolitan Police Office Rani Pokhari has a self-reinforcement of 100 officers to the Kalimati area to fill the void left by the police sent to quarantine. The police circle has also been sealed. The police office was sealed immediately after a sub-inspector and a police personnel tested positive for coronavirus. The infected duo have been sent to the special police hospital at Balku for further treatment. The news of test results being positive broke late Tuesday evening. Meanwhile, 44 more people have tested positive for coronavirus across the country. The new cases were reported in Bake, Dhankuta, Kapilvastu and Nawalparasi West, according to the Ministry of Health and Population. With this, the total number of people infected with COVID-19 has crossed the 450 plus mark in the country. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back after the break. We continue with other national news. The National Assembly has endorsed the bill to amend Nepal Special Service Act 2076. A meeting of the National Assembly yesterday passed the bill proposed by the Legislation Management Committee of the Upper House of Parliament. Minister for Law, Justice and Parliamentary Affairs Shivamaya Tumbahampe said that the formation of special service and law surrounding its management and operation was included in the bill, which was passed yesterday. Discussions were held about national security, sovereignty, national integrity and safety of the citizens. However, MP Pramila Kumari expressed her concerns about the structure of the ordinance, which was completely different to the one discussed in the committee earlier. She mentioned that although 5% quota was allocated to Madheshi, Adivasi, Jati, Dalit, Tharu and Muslim communities who are marginalized, a further 10% quota from the same pool was also set aside for people with very low income. MP Komal Oli said that the fake news that includes anything related to telephone tapping is completely baseless. MP Oli further added that the act would be crucial to prosecute anyone working against the national interest and sovereignty and anyone working against the Constitution. Lawmakers of the upper house have drawn the attention of the government towards different problems faced by the country. Speaking at the special hour of the National Assembly yesterday, NCP lawmaker Nanda Chapagai said that the people infected with coronavirus were getting treatment together with the chronic patients and pregnant women. Other MPs also urged the government to make provision for treatment of coronavirus patients and other ill people in separate hospitals. They said people infected with coronavirus getting treatment alongside pregnant women is a common practice in most of the province, which lack specialized hospitals to treat COVID-19 patients.
कोरोना भाइरस बिमारीको र अन्य दीर्घरोगी गर्भवती महिलाहरूको चेक गर्ने एउटै ठाउँ भएको खबर आएको छ। यसकारण म यो कोरोना भाइरस सम्बन्धी हस्पिटल र जनरल हस्पिटल फरक गर्नको लागि नेपाल सरकारको ध्यान जाओस् भन्न चाहन्छु।
Meanwhile, Nepali Congress lawmaker Prakash Panthi said that the government, which was planning to welcome 2 million tourists to Nepal in 2020, has failed to bring back the stranded Nepalese home during the current pandemic.
लक्ष्य राखेको सरकारले संकटमा परेका 8-10 लाख नागरिकलाई स्वदेश फर्काउन किन नसकेको हो? विदेशमा तडपिएका नेपालीहरूमध्ये अत्यन्तै जरुरी र सामान्य गरी प्राथमिकता आधारमा उद्धार गर्न आवश्यक छ।
Likewise, NCP lawmaker Maya Prasad Sharma demanded proper compensation to the teachers who lost their jobs during the decade-long Maoist insurgency.
शिक्षकहरू तत्कालीन सरकारद्वारा जागिरबाट खोसिए र उनीहरूले आन्दोलन गरिराखेको धेरै वर्ष भइसकेको छ। यति बेला त्यो शान्ति प्रक्रियासँग जोडिएको विषय भएका कारणले नेपाल सरकारले बजेट छुट्याई तिनीहरूको पुनर्बहाली र क्षतिपूर्तिको उचित व्यवस्था गरोस्।
The lawmakers said that the government must either reinstate the teachers to their former posts or provide them compensation as it is linked with the peace process. 67 swab samples were collected in Bhojpur at once as a precautionary step to prevent possible transmission. A youth from Bhojpur who tested positive for coronavirus has recovered and returned home. The reports thereafter have all come negative. Due to the increasing number of cases in Nepal, a total of 67 samples were collected from journalists, security personnel and places where there were mass gatherings and sent to BP Koirala Institute of Health Science in Dharan.
कोरोनाको संक्रमण देखिने पुष्टि हुने हुनाले हामीले पनि यस जिल्लाका विभिन्न क्षेत्रमा कार्यरत जस्तै सुरक्षाकर्मी, सञ्चारकर्मी, स्वास्थ्यकर्मी लगायत जनसम्पर्क बढी हुने कार्यालयका कर्मचारीहरू अनि व्यापारी, नागरिक समाज लगायतका विभिन्न क्षेत्रमा काम गर्ने व्यक्तिहरूको स्वाब सङ्कलन गरेर परीक्षणका लागि बीपी कोइराला स्वास्थ्य विज्ञान प्रतिष्ठान धरान पठाउने भनेर हिजो मात्रै हामीले जिल्ला सङ्कट व्यवस्थापन समितिबाट निर्णय गरेका थियौँ।
Bhojpur's health office informed that the collection of samples currently was very limited, but there will be increase in the number of tests that are conducted in coming days. Journalists who have to travel to high-risk zones informed that the collection of samples provides them with a sense of relief. The results of the 67 new swab samples are yet to come. And now, the news from Economic Front. The Nepalese army has confirmed that the medical supplies purchased from China for the prevention of coronavirus has been brought to Nepal. The Ministry of Health and Population had assigned the Nepalese army to procure the medical supplies through G2G agreement with China. In this regard, an aircraft of Nepal Airlines Corporation on Tuesday brought 18.7 tons of medical supplies to Kathmandu. Prior to this, the authorities had also imported 10 containers of medical equipment and kits through the land route, informed Army spokesperson Vigyan Dev Pandey. The supplies brought from the land route have been kept at Army's warehouse, while those brought in an aircraft are currently at the 14th Brigade. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international and sports news. Welcome back, and now the international news. Global coronavirus cases surpassed 5 million yesterday, with Latin America overtaking the United States and Europe in the past week to report the largest portion of new daily cases globally. According to Reuters, it represents a new phase in the spread of the virus, which initially peaked in China in February before large-scale outbreaks followed in Europe and the United States. Latin America accounted for around a third of the 91,000 cases reported earlier this week. A large number of those new cases come from Brazil, which has now become the third largest outbreak in the world behind the United States and Russia. The first 41 cases of coronavirus were confirmed in Wuhan, China on January 10th, and it took the world until April 1st to reach its first million cases. Since then, about 1 million new cases are reported every 2 weeks, according to a Reuters tally. The pandemic has claimed over 326,000 lives, though the true number is thought to be higher as testing is still limited and many countries do not include fatalities outside of hospitals. Over half of the total fatalities have been recorded in Europe. A powerful cyclone pounded eastern India and Bangladesh yesterday, killing at least 14 people and destroying thousands of homes. According to Reuters, the trail of destruction has left authorities struggling to mount relief efforts amidst a surging coronavirus outbreak. The populous Indian state of West Bengal took the brunt of the cyclone Amphan, which barreled out of the Bay of Bengal with gusting winds of up to 185 kilometers per hour and a storm surge of around 5 meters. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee said at least 10 people had died in the state and 2 districts been completely battered by one of the strongest storms to hit the region in several years. In neighbouring Bangladesh, at least 4 people were killed, officials said, with power supplies cut off in some districts. Authorities there had shifted around 2.4 million people to more than 15,000 storm shelters this week. You are watching Janata Television, and now the latest from the world of sports. Watford announced 3 positive tests on Tuesday, 2 staffs and 1 player. Watford defender Adrian Mariappa has confirmed he's tested positive for the coronavirus. The Hornets confirmed on Tuesday that 3 members of their footballing operation, 1 player and 2 staff members had tested positive for COVID-19, Daily Mail reported. BBC had cited Mariappa, who told the Telegraph it was a big surprise because he hasn't really left the house. The Jamaican footballer had been informed of his positive test on Tuesday and now has to isolate away for a week before having a new test and potentially returning to training. Watford captain Troy Deeney had earlier denied to return for training as he fears for his and his family's health in danger as the virus spreads continues. On Tuesday, the first figures of coronavirus testing emerged for the 19 of the Premier League clubs, including Watford. There were overall 6 positive tests from 3 clubs. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin and the headlines once again. Government releases new map of Nepal, includes territories encroached by India. India objects to Nepal's new map, terms the move unjustified. Two police personnel test positive for coronavirus. Total number of cases climbed to 444. Global coronavirus cases surpass 5 million, infections arising in South America. And a Watford defender confirms he tested positive for coronavirus. Captain Deeney refuses training, citing family's health concern. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website, JanataSamachar.com. We urge all our viewers to follow government directives of the lockdown and follow healthy hygienic practices to keep safe from any infection. Keep washing your hands. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.